I'm Jack, and this is Plants in Sac. Welcome to my house in East Sac, and I'm going to show you around the backyard. So this is my salad tower. It's an old water or chemical barrel. What I did is I cut slits in it, I heated it up with a heat gun, and then stuck a wine bottle in there, and then let it cool off to make these little tiers. And right now I've got it planted mostly with salad greens, one type per tier, and I just kind of come through, trim it off, make myself a salad, and then it'll grow back in usually 2 weeks per each one of these little buckets. Up top I got garlic and peppers. Down at the bottom I got some strawberries starting to take off. I've also got a couple of bush beans around on this side that are starting to produce. And then down the center I've got a composter where all the kitchen scraps go when we've got something.
So what are you putting in there so far?
In here, usually just whatever greens, salad type stuff goes in there. I don't put any fats or carbs, no protein. And then, you find weird bugs or something like that around the yard, the kids just come and throw it in there. And then I got to clean out at the bottom if I ever need to, but so far it's been 3 years and the worms take care of it. It keeps settling down.
Has it been productive in those 3 years?
Yeah, this is probably one of the more productive years, especially like from a lettuce standpoint, because I started in the middle of winter, so everything grew really nice. It's getting a little hot now. But I'm thinking that long term I might just convert it all to strawberries, because this is like the sunniest spot in the yard and the strawberries do pretty well here. Yeah, we do watermelons right now. I've got some of the small sugar babies that are going in the ground right about now. Those will be 10-pound melons, and then I've got some of the big guys that'll do a 25-pound watermelon. Those are going to be the creepy crawly ones that I'll do along the side of the house. I've got this bag, these little IKEA bags that we use for squash and melons when they grow on the tiers up here, so that they don't rip themselves off. You just make
melon hammock.
A little melon hammock is basically what it is, yeah, and it works out pretty well. Last year we did spaghetti squash up this, got a bunch of spaghetti squash off it, and this year we got pole beans, yellow grape tomatoes, or excuse me, yellow pear tomatoes, bunch of grape tomatoes, California native red grape, volunteer sunflower that's just kind of coming up over here. Some more pole beans. These are rattlesnake pole beans. They're like a red and green camouflage when the bean is done. They look really cool, and they taste just like regular green beans. So no reason not to plant them as far as I'm concerned. And they all kind of grow together and just fight for space and end up providing shade, especially in the afternoon. This faces the one place we get sun in the afternoon. So once this is filled in, it shades the table, and we eat out here in the summertime.
Now tell me about this tree even.
So this is a persimmon. It's the ones that make your mouth tingle, not the fuyu ones, something like that. And so we've harvested these and made like persimmon cookies and stuff like that. But really, that's just sugar that you kind of dye orange with the persimmons. So I'm gonna try to graft a fuyu on here at some point, because those are supposed to take pretty easily, just like doing citrus. And hopefully that works, and we'll get some persimmons. But right now, this and this big pecan tree we have here are just squirrel and bird food, and I just kind of leave them alone and let the animals.
Sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of sun over on this side, so there's tomatoes and squash in these water troughs. I also got stuff grown in bags down below. A couple more strawberries, and then I've got these monstrous tomatoes that are. It's actually just 2 plants down there, but I kept putting more dirt in this bin, and they've just forked out, and now there's like a whole forest of tomatoes in there, and I just cut them back. What is that, the modern method? I don't really know what I'm doing, so I've just been kind of tying them up and letting them go. And those are starting to fruit already. There's a bunch of these little tomatoes along here that you can see that are starting to go. None of them are ripened up yet, but they're starting to get big, and they're going to town. These have only been in the ground for from starts, these have been in the ground maybe 10 days, 20 days tops.
How many squash plants do you have in that?
This is 1, 2, 3, and then in between I threw these stakes in and put some of the pole beans on there to hopefully see if they'll kind of get up through like these guys have over here. Just threw some twine on there so they got something to do. So this is a pole bean coming up here, breaking out through the foliage. But since these things kind of bubble up over the summer, I figured this way I'll be able to kind of snake them around since I got a lot of space, or pull them over the edge. Another row of tomatoes over here that I'm hoping will get a little more vertical and stay above the shade of the, what is this? I think this is zucchini down here. Yeah, zucchini. And a couple more strawberries in here, just kind of seeing if they take off. Just kind of playing mix and match, seeing what grows where, just because there's a lot of sun on this side. So plant stuff that really likes the sun. So this is all Hopi blue corn that I just kind of planted down this row on the side of the house. I didn't know what else to do with this space yet. And then in the bottom here, I've got some squash growing along the bottom of it, and then also some beans. Some of these are doing better than others. Some of them got blown over, like this poor guy, but I got a couple of ears developing on each already. The squash is going crazy. And those come all the way down to the corner back here. And more squash in bags, more beans in bags, pretty much all the way till we get back here. And this is Plants and Sack.